Hello, everyone, and welcome to Apex Academy, our Masks RPG live play. Today we have an interlude episode for you. Dan, or Code Marvelous, who normally plays Victor, otherwise known as Prometheus, as stepping in as the Game Master for an interlude, and our normal and very talented Game Master Simon is stepping in as a guest character, Bankshot, and we are doing a side arc called Friday Night Frights. So this is going to be very exciting. So I at least am excited. I don't know how excited everybody else is going to be once we get going. Yeah,
I'm not that excited.
I am dubious of this whole operation.
Yeah. So, as I had mentioned, as the setup for this episode, we had a lot of things unfold at the last session. There was a very tense, very close battle that the party had versus one of the other teams that ended in a draw, and also the revelation of some pretty important secrets. And so now we're all kind of reeling from that. And in the aftermath of that, Victor has been distracting himself. And
That can't be good.
hello, everyone, and welcome to Apex Academy. The stream is playing somewhere. Hang on. RPG live play. Today we have an interlude. Is somebody playing the stream somewhere?
I'm trying. It's not doing much of anything.
I thought I had it muted. I closed it immediately.
I definitely haven't muted.
Is the video coming through all right?
It's super choppy, it looks like.
All right. What is happening? I don't know why it's saying the encoder is overloaded. Give me 1 second.
I can still see you in the Skype call. Are we supposed to be able to do that?
Yep.
Oh. Glad we get your lovely face.
I don't know what's happening. It's saying that the encoder is overloaded. Oh, well, I can't really fix it now. I have no idea why the encoder is suddenly overloaded, but it is, so I guess that's just the way it goes. Alright, so anyway, Victor comes to you with a movie that he has been mad about for a very long time. One of his favorite movies, horror movies, from the 70s, blood and skin era of horror movies, if the players are familiar with that period of time in horror.
Yep.
The movie is called Doomsday Darlings, by what Victor claims to be is his favorite director, Melvin Nighthollow. And it's showing at the historic Olympus Theater this Friday for their weekly event where they bring a horror movie out of the vault called Friday Night Frights. So he wants all of you to join him. And does anybody have any questions or anything before we kind of jump forward?
Do we get to dress up? Or is it not that kind of event at the movie?
You could dress up, I suppose.
Yeah, but Eris doesn't want to be the only one there that's dressed up.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Is it normal for people to dress up to these things?
Yeah.
Yeah, when people are familiar with the film, is anybody going to look up anything about the film?
Sure, I'll Google it.
Okay, so you're able to find some information about the film, a lot of reviews about it being a cult classic and underappreciated in its time. Can you do me a favor? Can you just, yeah, let's go ahead and have you roll, just roll 2d6.
Alrighty, pulling up the character sheet. And where's the thing for that?
Oh, and just like that, the encoder is suddenly fine. Okay.
Wonderful. Well, you know what? I'm just going to roll freak because freak is 0, so ignore the fact that it says freak. How's that?
It's at the bottom of your moves, buddy. Or at the
Oh.
bottom of your labels.
Whoops. Well, I rolled a 6 on 2 dice with no modifiers.
Okay.
So
after you're doing a little bit of digging, you notice something kind of strange. You can't find a plot synopsis of this film anywhere. All of the reviews talk about the film being a super important cult horror film and things like that, and like the themes of the film. But there's no plot synopsis that you can find anywhere.
well, that's not terrible because the last thing I would want to do is spoil it for myself. So I'm just going to put that down to dumb luck that I didn't accidentally stumble into spoiler alley, and be ready for some good effects and stuff.
I have a question.
I may have an answer for you.
I'm trying to say, like, it's weird to think, like, I don't know if I can ask this if you're still a game master right now, but, like, do Eris and Victor, like, hang out and watch movies, or no, it's not that kind of friendship?
I don't know. What do you think?
That's what I'm asking. Would Victor have, like, made her watch this movie as his best friend?
Actually, yeah, that's fine. Let's say he is somebody who loves occult horror movies, like movies specifically dealing with like magic users, cultists, like that kind of stuff. Because
Okay, so
because
when
he
he
loves
says-
campy, bad portrayals of magic users, and he has never mentioned this movie before.
He hasn't. Okay, see, that's where the actual question was. Is Eris sitting there like, you're fibbing?
He's never mentioned this movie before, nor have you ever heard of it. Simon, could you do me a favor? Could you tilt your camera down slightly? There you go. Perfect. Thank you. All right.
Can Eris take him aside to be like, what the fuck? Or
Sure.
not?
Yeah. You can roll a Pierce the Mask check, man, like he's an NPC.
Oh, man. That's so weird. Oh, my Pierce the Mask sucks.
You don't seem like yourself. It's almost like you're under some sort of outside influence. Are you okay, man?
That's a little bit of a logical leap. That's a pretty strong leap, I would say.
Yeah, no, like, I rolled a 9, but, like, he does all of a sudden have a girlfriend. So, like, it could be...
That's the part that you think is concerning? So what's the question that you're going to ask on the 7 to 9 on the Pierce the Mask check?
Meeny, meeny, miny, mo.
So before I answer these questions, I'm also going to remind you that as the GM in this game, when you succeed on a roll, whatever information I'm giving you is the truth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The GM is not allowed to lie and give out false information in this game.
Okay, so the question as the book frames it, is what do you intend to do? But the question she's going to ask is like, because she's just assuming he's making Sonodora come too, not just the team, unless he's framed it as a team bonding exercise. Has he?
No, he has said that he wants all of you to come see the movie. He has not invited Sonodora to come with.
Oh. That pulls the rug out from under my plan. Okay, then that's what she's gonna go. She's gonna go to him, and the question I want to ask is, what are you really planning? And she's gonna ask, like, is this you trying to, like, get everybody back on the same page? Because I'm pretty sure, like, 3 out of 4 of us are all pissed off at each other right now.
Yeah, we can go, we can chill, we can watch a movie, we can talk about it. Great movie, by the way. And we can just, relax, have a night out where don't feel like we're forced to talk to one another. We can just be in the same place and enjoy something together. Oh, he's also dressed for the occasion. He's magicked up his suit, so it's the black with the black undershirt with the silver tie, so it looks like he's wearing like a very fancy, like casual tuxedo.
Does that mean I need to wear something other than my lab coat?
No.
Okay.
You're going as a mad scientist. Sort of on brand for.
Yeah. One of our friends, Sanjay, has a webcomic, and probably one of the most famous of his webcomics says, "You know what the funny thing about mad scientists is? They're actually all mad engineers."
Yeah. You're not trying to prove a hypothesis. You're not trying to conduct an experiment. You're not trying to get statistical repeatability. You're just trying to blow stuff up.
Yeah, you're trying to build a machine. You're a mad. You're a mad
trying
engineer.
to take over the world.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's 100%. Let's just go enjoy something together where we don't have to talk, and we can just all kind of chill out and have a nice time together.
Are you being outwardly suspicious, or is that just for our benefit?
Am I being?
No,
Eris.
I'm talking to Eris. Or, well, Bridget.
I mean, here's the thing. Victor's kind of a dick. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Like, when has he ever cared if we were getting along?
Maybe
Like,
he's trying to make up for it?
I mean, he cared in the aftermath of the whole mini thing and having to call in, what's his face?
Paragon.
I don't know.
Paragon. Yeah, he cared in the aftermath of that, so it's not. And honestly, I kind of agree with him as I'm glaring daggers at you. Because we're still mad at this point.
Yeah, we haven't chatted it out. I don't know. She'll go along with it, but she's just very confused. I'm wondering why he hasn't shown her this one already, if it's its favorite.
All right, so you all arrive at the historic Olympus Theater, which is located in Halcyon City's Chinatown. The front of the theater is this really high quality, like false Greek temple look, made up to look like what the Parthenon would have looked like in its prime. The archway above has like a mural laid out with the name of the theater inside of it in bright white, like old school theater lights. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, globe lights.
Yeah.
Eris is in costume. Eris dressed up as like someone who's already like bloodied up with like white face makeup and stuff, and notably, she's not visibly wearing the necklace.
I am not dressed up at all. I have a t-shirt and some scuffed but not torn jeans.
So
Eric's gonna call you a spoil sport.
once you guys arrive on the scene, Victor is going to run ahead to the ticket booth, very excited, and jump in the line, kind of gesturing for you guys to catch up. To the either side of the ticket booth is the poster for tonight's movie.
And it looks like
It looks like it's
They
like
don't like.
well, no, it's like the 70s style, like drawing style posters, like for Army of Darkness or Star Wars.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like a circle of people robed in black, and then there's two figures, presumably an angel and a demon, pulling on the two arms, like pulling like on the crooks of the elbows of a blood-soaked young man wearing a red suit, red like paisley suit.
Oh, of course there is. But they do say Doomsday Darlings, like we can see the actual.
Yeah. Like there's a real movie. People are queued up to get tickets. Some of people are in costume with little like clay demon horns, and a couple people are dressed up as angels.
Yeah. I dressed up and you didn't.
I'm tempted to quote Wednesday Addams at you, but I don't think I will.
So, one thing that you will note when you guys get to the front is that the movie is rated R, but the ticket booth person did not seem to care when Victor bought the tickets for all of you.
okay.
All right, so you guys gonna go inside the theater?
Well, of course, popcorn and soda need to be bought.
Yeah, that's the concessions is where the money is.
So much freaking money.
Are we on time? Are we late? Are we early? What's up?
Yeah, probably just got like a few minutes to get into the theater.
Cool. I want Junior Mints.
Who's actually really Daedalus, you're really smart, right?
Yeah.
Your
Supposedly.
your character is really smart, right?
Yeah.
Can you roll and assess the situation for me, please?
Sure. That is probably one of my least favorite roles because I'm horrible at it. Oh, well, maybe I'm not.
Your superior is a 3. It's literally the highest it could be. Man, I'm so bad at this thing that I'm incredible at.
You forget that it involves rolling dice.
Yeah,
it's a 9. It's a hit.
You still rolled pretty poorly.
Right?
But anyway, so I'm just gonna give you this. I don't know if you're a movie buff, but using your powers of deduction, you're looking at this poster from like the golden age of trashy horror, and you don't recognize any of these names. So you pull out your smartphone and you like go onto IMDb, and there's an IMDb page for this movie, but none of the people involved with this movie have done literally anything else.
That's super suspicious.
It's probably a gimmick, like Cannibal Holocaust. They had to go to court to prove that they didn't actually kill people in that one. I mean, why not make up a whole bunch of fake names and then have the actors never come back again?
All right.
So you're gonna call attention to this?
Does the IMDb page say anything else about the movie?
There's some reviews from well-known critics talking about it like in the past tense about who it influenced and how influential it was on this director or that director, etc., etc.
Okay.
So there's a lot of praise and discussion adjacent to the movie.
And do the actors' links go to like actors' pages or no?
Yep.
And you said there's nothing else there? Like,
Well, no,
it's basically
there's information for them, but none of them have done anything else.
Okay, question. Do you mean they never did anything else? Like they had history up until this, and this is like universally everybody's
No.
last
None of
film?
them have been in any other Hollywood productions or television or anything. There's no other IMDb entries for them having worked on anything else that would be Screen Actors Guild work.
Okay.
nothing else that
That IMDb would give a shit about.
right.
And most of the cast entries are very sparse.
So,
Julius, do you call attention to this?
Don't worry, Simon. I'm trying to get you to the point where we can bring you in.
Like, that's strange.
That's it?
As I'm staring at my phone,
So
mostly talking to myself. I don't know if anyone's going to queue up on it. But
let me ask Simon a question. Simon, how much would Alan recognize Victor on sight? Probably not, right?
probably not.
Okay, so we're gonna say you're probably waiting in the theater, or
Yeah.
or investigating the theater.
I'm sort of looking to see if what I'm doing is I'm looking to see if the theater has any kind of a stage
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like
yeah.
a presenter or someone who's like going to MC a.
Yes.
So I'm going to be trying to sort of like get a view on the wings of who might be, well, waiting in the wings to come out.
Okay. Do you want to roll an assess?
It's
Sure.
Fast and Furious.
What?
I'm trying to get a basis for comparison here. Sorry, so I can ask
Yeah.
the appropriate question.
Trying to decide if she would.
Rough.
Well,
Whoop.
All right. So you don't notice anything amiss with the theater. If the people you are looking for are here, it is not apparent to you where they would be hiding.
it was the four guys.
Okay.
Daedalus, if you bring up the point about nobody else having acted in it ever, I'm going to bring up the thing I said about Cannibal Holocaust actually in character.
Well, I think what I would do is probably go to Climb and be like, "That's strange. None of these guys have any other credits."
I'm trying
I
to
see.
decide if Eris is on high enough alert to come, because like I'm pissed at both of you, because one snapped at me and one's just thinks I have a crush on him for some reason.
Go ahead.
But I don't know if I would come like if you both start talking about it. Eris is definitely going to come over and be like, "Guys, this is weird. He's never shown me this movie. He showed me every other one, but not this one."
Steven, like talked about it.
No.
Okay.
And like I would think he would, because I've seen, all the other shit, the Blob,
The Blob's a good movie.
I'm not knocking it, my dude, but I've seen it like a skabillion times, and he's never brought this up.
Do you guys think something is up with the movie where you want me to like keep my field up so I can't get mind controlled or something like that?
I think we should be paying attention. That's all.
All right. Well,
Something's up.
it's just strange. I mean, they're selling tickets to it. How bad could it possibly be?
Okay, Doubting Thomas, you can sit on the end. You can sit in the middle of the aisle. I'm sitting on the end.
Yeah, so you guys get in there, and there's a little bit of chatter in the last final few minutes, and we need to jump a little bit, move. But when the last weird thing that you all notice before you sit down
Jesus Christ, Aaron.
is that no one besides Victor seems to have ever seen this movie. Everybody who is sitting in these seats is exciting to see this movie because they've never been able to find it anywhere before.
So, Victor, when did you see this last?
Right as the movie, the theater darkens and the projector starts firing up, he says, there was a copy of this movie at my mom's mansion that I used to watch on her old projector.
Fuck.
Ominous.
Okay. That's strange. Who uses projectors anymore?
People. I don't think it's on DVD. Sorry.
Yeah, not like The Room, where Tommy Wiseau actually does all of the DVD production himself. Like when you order a DVD of that movie, he puts it in an envelope and mails it to you.
Oh my god.
That's kind of awesome. Just remember, physical media is forever. Buy Laserdisc.
Yeah. But anyway, so the movie opens after the credit, the title screen, on a shot of a stately mansion set on a clearing in what you assume to be like a bayou or heavy wooded area. The music is dark, moody, and kind of like cheesily sensual in a way that a lot of the horror movies from the 70s were. Baller, why do you have to start behaving badly right now?
Cats are awful.
Stop.
Hang on. Baller, stop.
What is our seat order? I already claimed the aisle seat.
I am on
Clearly-
the opposite end from you, so probably closer to the middle of the aisle, because I don't think the aisles are only 5 people wide.
Knowing that the best viewing is towards the middle, I'm going to be towards the middle as well.
Alright.
Bros!
Stick me next to Victor. You guys suck.
Okay, which of the other endless
Listen,
would you like
listen,
these
bitch,
things
you
to?
like my character, okay?
I
All right.
normally your character.
So the shot fades to a group of black-robed individuals sitting or standing in a stoic circle around a beautiful, ornate, like, metal altar. On that altar, you can see the back of a silver-haired woman. There's nothing on screen, like this isn't an NC-17 film, but it is strongly implied that she is in some sort of erotic act with 2 figures, one presumably an angel and the other presumably a demon. The angel is a beautiful young man who is blonde-haired and blue-eyed, looks to be about like 1920, and the demon is a raven-haired and purple-eyed woman. Again, looks to be about 20, with also with a strong pallor to her skin. So,
You're comfortable.
as this scene progresses, people start to get a little jarred in the theater because nobody has seen this movie before, and people have heard that it's a lost classic, but Victor's like, they just don't get it. This 70s style, like, blood and skin, people can't handle it nowadays because people aren't used to seeing this kind of, like, erotica as part of horror.
When they didn't have to worry about making it parsable for television, yeah.
Yeah. So as you're all watching this film, something else seems a little bit out of place. As the altar scene pans out away from the 3 figures kind of cavorting on the altar, there's a person in the shot that seems really out of place. Behind the altar, you would expect to see one of the figures robed in black, or perhaps like a high priest type figure. But as the shot pans back out, you see a man dressed in a black and white tuxedo like a stage magician would be. Like a turn of the 20th century stage magician would be dressed. Complete with a bright purple cummerbund, that looks like it's swirling with iridescent color and like little bursts of light. As you're all sitting there watching this scene, the magician raises up his hands like ostensibly you would have expected a character in this movie to during a scene like this, and goes, Azoros. Azoros.
Whoa, wait a minute.
It's time to go home.
Fuck. Okay, Eris is going to, like, grab onto Victor's wrist as soon as... Because, like, they stuck me next to you. I don't know if you heard that while you're... when you back.
I heard that.
But, yeah, Eris is scared now.
Yep.
Is this a name we should recognize?
It's Victor's last
It's
name.
Victor's last name.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'm with you now.
So Victor, when you try to grab his wrist, he just like does the thing where he twists his wrists and then slaps your hand, and you notice that he is just staring intently at the screen. Everybody in the audience is getting made increasingly uncomfortable as the camera continues to pan in on this person who seems to be looking directly through the fourth wall at the audience.
So I'm going to nudge Climate and say, did he say Azoros?
I'm going to just nod and look at Victor and see if I notice what you described to Eris.
Oh yeah, no, you guys all notice it. He's just staring blankly at the screen.
I'm
going to. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna write down in my little detective pad that I've been keeping.
Oh, also, Simon, that's the person that you're looking for in the screen.
That's Mr.
That's Mr. Marvelous.
Okay. I'm definitely going to... and he looks, I assume, roughly the same in the allegedly 70s film as he does now.
Yep, he's dressed in his normal outfit. His stage magician's costume.
Okay. I'm going to,
As this scene progresses, the angel and the demon, get up from their attention giving to the figure on the altar. And they both also stand up and look directly at the screen and say, what, Emrys?
Before the scene actually progresses, what I do kind of depends on what I sense. So I want to use my empathy to sense if anything is actually coming off of Victor, if he's just blank, like he's either trying to shut it out or something.
He's asleep at the wheel. There's nothing there. You get no read off of him.
I'm thinking maybe I may not have been kidding earlier when I was saying I should watch the movie with the field on to prevent control. So please continue with the movie. I will tell you if I decide to put the null field up and see if I can interrupt whatever this is.
Well, Eris has one too. Like when he tries to get away, I don't know what you want me to roll because I'm not trying to hurt him, but like I literally like she would literally like lean over and try to like punch him in the chest to get his attention. Like not hard, but in that way that's like
Focus.
and like how they tell you to wake up a baby that won't wake up.
Yeah, that's a provoke someone roll.
I was thinking it was that. Fingers crossed, y'all. My superior is pretty high.
That's not bad. It's a 7.
Okay, so what exactly are you doing?
Get out of the way. You provoke someone susceptible to your words. Say what you're trying and get them to... Oh, it says words.
Yeah, we're the dreamers of dreams and the singers of songs. We can do whatever we want, Bridget.
Okay, cool. On a 7 to 9, they can instead choose one.
Okay.
You
You would just want to try to snap him out of it, right?
Right. She's just trying to get, like, she knows how bodies work, and if he's, like, in a trance or dissociated or, like, just tunnel vision on the movie, she wants to try and break that by hitting his sternum.
Sternum rub.
Okay. So you snap him out of it, and he kind of comes to for a second, and he looks around, and he just kind of shakes it off, and he's, where the fuck are we? And he looks up at the screen. Charlie, you piece of shit. Then my mom sent you here, and then the figure from the screen, directly responding to what Victor is saying, says, silence! You will come with me. It's time for you to go home. And immediately, Victor starts going blank again. He's like, don't worry about your spells. You don't have any magic. You never had powers. And he just starts basically, like, speaking like a stage hypnotist. And Victor starts going back to sleep. Also, funny enough, Emrys, you lose contact with your powers when he says you never had any powers.
Oh, boy.
I do not like this.
It's a bad feeling, isn't it, Emrys?
Gee, thanks.
Revenge.
So-
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
I'm going to give you a check against this, Simon, because you're more familiar with his method of operation.
Okay.
So, do me a favor. You can take a condition to just shake off the effect.
Are all of us losing touch with our powers?
For the time being.
Like, I don't think we've quite established how it works, but I kind of want to go, like, I can't actually do my thing.
Okay. I'm going to take angry as a condition because seeing him do this reminds me of what happened to my friend and sort of redoubles my zeal to solve the problem here, to do something to him to stop him from hurting anyone else.
I think that's fair. All right. So, what happens next is a little bit uncanny, even for the likes of you. The two figures, the angel and the demon from the silver screen, keep walking towards what would be the lens of the camera, but instead they walk across a rippling pool on the screen and into your world. And for the first time you realize that the screen has been replaced with some sort of mirrored surface, and it looks like one of Victor's portals that he teleports through, where he turns a mirror into a portal to a mirror somewhere else.
Okay. Are we, like...
And they're moving at speed to grab him out of his seat and pull him. The other people have all started falling deeply asleep.
Well, that's my question. Have we, like, he's in a trance, nobody's home. You said we've lost touch with our powers. Are we hypnotized as well?
No.
Emrys, did you say out loud that you couldn't?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say it out loud yet. What's going to happen is I'm probably not going to see the angels, but I'm going to be losing my ability to sense him. So I'm going to be, like, trying to turn my power on, and then trying to sense him and noticing that, like, you know, the engine's not turning over. I'm going to, like, turn actually my back on the screen, go over, kneel in front of him, and be, like, grabbing him while I'm trying to turn it on before I say anything. But that is highly abnormal regardless, because it's going to be kind of like I don't think I'm stopping what's going on. I can't seem to turn it on.
Because, I mean, here's my thing. I said I wasn't visibly wearing the necklace, but she's got it tucked in her bra because she's kind of addicted to the silence in her head. So I want to know if she thinks to, like, pull it out and drop it to see if she can transform to get between him and the angels.
Also, Bangshot, you notice that everybody in the room is asleep except for these 4 individuals.
Okay.
Does anybody in the normal party would you be the kind of person who would have, like, your ticket in your hand? Or would you all of them been stuffed into pockets?
Yeah.
Pockets.
Okay. Then you have no idea why you're not affected by the hypnotism.
Hmm.
Or as affected as strongly as everybody else. You definitely feel drowsy. You definitely feel like you could go night-night right now.
Simon, where are you in the room?
Go ahead.
I said, based on what you said earlier, you'd probably be in that group of, like, 3 rows closest to the stage.
Yeah. I'm going to try to slide over to where they have the curtains hung along the side to get myself behind there to mask up.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You said we could see them coming out of the screen, right?
Yeah, they are in front of you, moving towards Victor. And now that you see them, the 2 of them, when you look at them, they're really, really painfully attractive. And they're kind of, like, blurry, even when you look at them. Like, your brain has a hard time, like, seeing them completely in focus.
I'm thinking almost like kind of how the girl from The Ring is like flickering when she crawls out of the TV, except instead of being ugly, it's beautiful. Kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, but, like, does that clock more than the fact that, holy shit, they just stepped off the goddamn screen?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
you can be as freaked out as you want to be freaked out. That's the point of this side arc, is that it's supposed to be really creepy and freak you out.
yeah, okay. Well, Eris is freaking out, and she's gonna, like, take the necklace out and, like, drop it on that, like, try to leave it on her seat so that it's not touching her skin, and she's going to try to transform.
Nope. Still quiet.
Fuck. That is terrifying. I don't like this at all. I'm still going to try to get between, like, I remember the training. Can I remember the training? Can I remember the training now that I've put the necklace down?
Yeah.
Do I have access to Eris, Discordio's, memories?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm still going to try to get between them and him.
Oh. Look at that, Dee. Look at that. Victor's got himself a little girlfriend. Our little boy is all grown up.
Who's speaking? Says
the angel is speaking.
That's the boy.
The boy. Victor's all grown up. He's got himself a little girlfriend. What are you gonna do?
So, side question: Do these things appear like actually tangible, or do they look like projections?
You don't know.
Well,
you're about to find out.
You have a hard time focusing on them. They're kind of blurry in your vision, like if you have a smudge on glasses.
Well, you know what I do have? I have a 3/4 full soda I can whip at them and see if it does anything.
Okay.
I mean, if it goes through them or bounces off of them, either way, it's something. Would that be... That would probably be a roll of some kind.
No, I mean, you don't have to roll to throw a soda at somebody.
Yeah.
So you want to just throw your soda at him?
Yeah, I'm not going to, like, chuck the whole bottle. I'm going to take the lid off, and I'm going to kind of do the, like, whip it out sideways so it'll spray across them rather than trying to actually aim the bottle at them.
Wrong answer. So the soda fizzles in the air and evaporates before it touches them, so you have no new information on whether or not they're corporeal or not.
But they can apparently vaporize stuff.
And you also got me wet. Thanks a lot, cunt.
But yeah, so
Oh, so more than one part of you is dripping wet.
oh jeez.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right,
Ugh.
that was not that was not an invitation to make that joke, Everest. That was in very poor taste. But anyway, so yeah, they just move towards him, and they are just moving towards you. You're not going to get out of their way.
No,
No.
like to get to him, they have to get through me. That's part of the deal.
Okay.
So
Do me a
I'm gonna say
favor. Directly engage, or actually, roll defend, and then we'll get to you, Simon. I promise.
I have no idea what I could possibly
Boy.
bring to this.
I
You're
just want.
smart. Be a smart character.
I'm thinking.
I'm giving listeners the head up right now. My savior is a -2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
Do it.
I'm
Hey.
covering. I'm covering my eyes. Someone else tell me what I roll.
Wait, is this
Seven?
it?
Oh,
No,
that's
you
a
failed.
5.
So you go.
Ah! Down I go.
You go to step in front of him, and using your martial arts training that you have from sharing the body with Discordia and also your training, you throw some of your best moves, but the demoness slides fluidly out of the way of all of your motions, and then she just comes up to you and just gently kisses you on the cheek, and you just crumple down to the ground, like completely overwhelmed with amorous emotion.
Okay.
She's gonna be like, "You sit down. Don't worry, we'll take good care of him."
Thanks a lot, God.
Hey, I didn't roll the 5. Simon, what are you doing?
okay, so when I pull my mask on, it activates my cellular transformation,
Nice.
rendering my body a bouncy, rubbery material, and allowing me to perform great feats of acrobatics and daring do. And so, masked as Bank Shot, I emerge from behind the curtain and sort of scramble up and swing on the curtains onto the stage.
How come his powers work?
I don't know. Perhaps if you investigate longer and we can proceed to the next part of the campaign, you'll find out.
And say, "You're a coward, Marvelous. Sending your minions out here.
Ooh.
Are you afraid to answer for what you've done?"
And he just kind of looks at you. He's like, "I don't fear a teenage bouncy ball. You're not worthy of my time. Come on. Come on, my pets. Collect him and let's go." And they just grab Victor, who is just walking kind of languidly, with them kind of propping him up and half dragging, half holding him up. And they just go through the rippling surface of the screen.
I finally have an idea. Oh, wait, they get through the surface of the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, well, my idea is useless now. Okay. Shouldn't we go after him?
So the rippling...
This is kind of towards Climate.
Yeah, the rippling goes in and out of the screen, and then every time the ripples come back into the center, you'll notice that the ripples don't go as far out, and the screen at the edges is starting to turn back into a normal silvered movie screen.
I'm kind of gonna shout. I'm just gonna kind of shout out, "Wake Eris up!" and like run through the screen myself.
I was about to say, yeah. How long until I can react to this? Because I will definitely dive through.
All right, so I'm gonna go over to Eris and kind of shake her, try to get her conscious.
And as you are all like kind of looking at the screen, the figure in the screen turns away, and you see them dragging Victor through the room that is prominent in the opening shot of the film. And the second he basically takes his focus off of you, all of the effects that you've been feeling disappear.
Let me
Eris,
guess.
Cool beans. I am making a break for the screen.
Yeah. Let me guess, though. Since I've already got a head start, like, I bounce off of it because I got there, like, a hair's breadth too late.
No, all of you can charge through that screen if you want.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
I went through.
That's where we're going.
Yeah, I am on Clymene's, as close to Clymene's heels as I can get.
Wait up, guys!
Use your jetpack!
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Eris is going to be hollering at the, like, is bank shot coming? Simon, fix your camera. I love you.
So as you slip through the screen, you feel this amazing feeling like when Victor teleports you through
Ugh.
a window. But in the past, when he's teleported you various places around the city, the unsettling feeling and kind of like nauseous feeling that you get from it is pretty slight to moderate.
Mm-hmm.
This, you will feel incredibly ill, like you've traveled some ridiculous distance with this teleport.
Gross. Did bank shot come with us?
Yeah, you guys can now, between yourselves, none of you are masked, but there's a masked person with you who doesn't know you.
Yeah,
and none of you are in costume.
Yeah, Eris's immediate reaction is, "Who the fuck are you?" And Eris is between him and the other two boys, because she's like that.
Okay.
I'm going to turn around and look behind us. Is the portal still there?
Nope.
Great.
What is there? Incidentally,
Oh, there was a lens of a camera. Looks like an old-timey, 1930s movie camera, but it has somebody has taken the metal framing of it and etched glyphs that none of you recognize because you don't do magic all over it to turn it into some sort of apparatus.
Oh boy, don't like that.
and the rest of the room.
Looks exactly as it did in the film, except for none of the other characters, the other cultists, or the woman is there.
So it looks like a legit place, not like a set.
No, it looks like a room in a large mansion.
Awesome.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, Eris, you're going to kind of demand of Bank Shot who he is.
Yeah, my focus is on him. Wait, I have one question.
Yeah, what's up?
We popped into the room. The cultists and the woman are not there. Can we see the door that they went through?
Yeah, there's a door leading out of this, altar chamber.
Okay, that's all. Go ahead, Emrys.
I'm just going to say, I don't know how you're still able to do what you were able to do, but you apparently know this guy. I'm going to address Eris and Daedalus. I'm going to say, I'm going to turn my power on, so if he tries to do that again, I can interrupt him and cover you guys with it, so he doesn't take us unawares like that.
Oh, the other thing that you notice is that Victor's 2 snake rings that he's been wearing recently are on the floor in this room. Like, he just casually took them off of his fingers and dropped them on the ground.
I picked them up.
Yeah. And...
Mine
You guys have powers too?
Who are you?
Yeah. But unless I say otherwise, I've got a
Hang on,
6
let's
centimeter bubble around myself.
Yeah, let Simon answer Bridget's question. I heard earlier when you said you basically have the null zone field on all the time. Go ahead, Simon.
I've been hunting. I'm Bank Shot. I've been hunting after their boss for the last month, ever since he takes over people's minds. He gets in your head, and that's what he did to a friend of mine. And I'm not going to let him do it again. If you want to help me with that, I'm with you.
Okay. Your life depended on how that sentence ended. I'm just letting you know. Who is he? What's he doing? Who does he work for? What's he trying to do? Do you know that?
I know that he binds people to his will. I know that he makes them do things. I don't know what he's trying to do with them. I've never seen him do what he did here. I've never seen him walk through a movie screen.
Okay, well, he said something about going home. Do you know if he has any connection to the witch Hecate?
I don't know who that is.
Fuck me. Okay. Line of questioning over. It's time to go through the door.
All I know is he calls himself Mr. Marvelous.
Okay.
Do his rings fit any of her fingers?
Are you Discordia right now, or are you Eris?
You told me I couldn't transform.
No, all your powers are back.
Oh no, she hasn't thought to transform yet.
They would. He's pretty slight despite being like average height. So what would go on his ring fingers, if you're like normal girl size, would probably fit on your middle finger.
I was about to say. Yeah, your ring finger, your wedding ring fits on my middle finger.
Yeah. But when you're in Discordia mode, it probably wouldn't fit on any of your fingers.
No, she's still Eris.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I guess she's gonna put them on.
Yeah.
Because the other option is
wear them in your hair.
Well, the other option is tucking them in her bra, which is weird.
Or you could wear them in your hair.
I don't have time for that, Simon. Do you understand how... Never mind. You've never had in your life.
But anyway.
So, I'm going to point out the door. I'm going to say, let's get moving and find him. And then I'm going to turn to address Bankshot. It's like, so, we got your name. I'm Cly. I can make powers not work. I'm currently doing it so he doesn't get the drop on us again. What can you do?
If you hit me, it won't hurt me. If you shoot me, it won't hurt me. It bounces off me. I keep the energy, and I use it for myself.
Bank shot. Ha ha ha. Simon, pick your camera.
Don't cut me. Don't burn me. Don't freeze me. That'll all hurt. But any kind of blunt kinetic impact, I can use.
Is it safe to say that this conversation is happening like while we're walking through the halls? Eris is leading. Eris is not paying one lick of attention to any of you.
So you open up the door leading upstairs. It seems like this altar room was in the basement of this mansion. And the second you open that door and start walking upstairs, you hear melodic but terrifying voices, a man and a woman's, or I should say a young man and a young woman's, laughing. And you specifically, Eris, hear that woman's voice from before, the figure that came through the screen. And she says, "Yep, come to collect him, have you? Well, good luck. I hope he told you what he really is."
Is that directed at her?
Yep.
Okay.
Am I the only one that can hear it?
You're the only one who heard that.
I mean, she's the strong silent type, guys. She doesn't have any... Okay, I lied. She's gonna, like, hold the fist up that's like, everybody stop moving.
And of course, we're going to bump right into you.
Of course. That's what I was hoping for. Aaron, I love you. Yeah. She's gonna be like... She's gonna, like, point at her own head and be like, watch out. they're trying to get in.
Okay.
I guess we're just gonna continue up the stairs.
Would you like me to go first?
Hmm. Bonus null zone, but drawback squishy.
Drawback, you hate my guts.
That could be a
Yeah, but I
bonus.
don't want you to die.
But what about Steal the Glory?
Oh, I don't give a shit about that.
Well, if you're dithering for this long, I'm just going to go past you and start running up the
Oh,
stairs.
we weren't having that conversation? Like, I thought we were having that conversation.
Well, no, I mean, if I go, do you want me to go first? And if you start going, well, on one hand, at that point, I'm just going to go, Victor, and I'm just going to go right by you.
Okay, fine. I guess she's gonna follow and be like, put up your field, but Jesus Christ, be careful. And I guess I'm gonna follow.
Okay, you guys come out onto the main floor through like a side stairwell, and it's this huge open, like atrium style entryway, like the foyer with the double stairwells. Like this is a huge, stately mansion, and there's a lot of green in here, various exotic plants that Daedalus may recognize as extremely rare flora used for all sorts of medicinal applications and things like that. In addition to that, in this space, just kind of calmly tending these plants, are a young blonde-haired boy who looks completely normal with bright blue eyes, and a very pale raven-haired girl, again looks to be about somewhere between 16 and 20, with bright violet eyes, and they're just calmly tending these plants. Now, don't seem to really be paying you much mind, except for noticing that you came up the stairwell.
Clyde, don't let her kiss you. No, Aaron's is gonna like grab the back of his shirt and like pull him back towards the entrance. To, like that, like they're not doing anything. They're not gonna react to us.
No, you're not doing anything.
Wait, so how do you know this guy they took?
He's part of our team.
Okay. Why do you know a guy that they're taking through a movie screen? Or why?
It's a long story. Let's just say that
Yeah. Well,
he tended to piss the wrong people off.
yeah. Why do you think the appropriate way to go after a villain is to hide in the rafters of a movie theater? This entire thing is improbable.
Hey, shouting from the rafters is a classic. It's a
Thanks,
classic.
So Dan, on my smartphone, I'm trying to get the GPS to figure out where the hell we're actually at.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. It says.
Aren't you a smart boy?
I'm trying.
It says something that can't really be possible.
Oh boy.
It says that you are in the Black Forest in Germany.
It's halfway around the world.
I mean, that's totally possible. Victor's jumped us places before.
Oh, I took German in high school. I'm taking German now. I can help here.
Is there only one other door, or are there like a multitude of other doors from this room?
This is a huge foyer to like a large mansion. There's doors on the second level with like the little balcony that overlooks the rest of the foyer. There's multiple doors going around underneath. there's the
There's waiting rooms. There's
Right.
galleries.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
Okay. Lovely. Well, who wants to ask the people if they've seen anyone go by recently?
We're not speaking.
well, we could
I
guess.
think we should try to move through the atrium to the staircase.
Oh, also, Bankshot, in your research and previous interactions with Mr. Marvelous, he's never been able to do like illusions or magic on this level, and you don't recognize these two people that he's working with now.
Okay.
Like, this is a huge step up. This is the type of stuff that he does, but on a magnitude, like, he's a relatively minor threat. Like, he's basically like a hypnotist and a minor illusionist, right?
Right. And that was sort of like why I thought that I was going to...
Get the jump on him, yeah.
Is Simon's camera frozen for anybody else?
Nope, just you.
No.
Hello?
You're here.
Yeah,
Is
you're
my
fine.
camera frozen?
No.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Daedalus, remember how you put the camera in my comlink? Do you
Yes.
think you could, like, set it for infrared or something so we could see which of the doors was, like, touched most recently that he might have gone through? Or some, spy movie crap like that?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay, that's a neat idea. Why don't you roll?
Funnily enough, I think assess would be the best because we're going to use it to ask the question, which door did he go through?
Yeah, sure. Roll assess Daedalus. As you adjust, you probably also have like Google Glass style glasses. Wow, you rolled a 15.
Very nice.
2 6s.
It's about
Okay,
time that stat paid off.
How about you're all gonna get +1 while acting on the answers. You're gonna get to ask 2
Okay.
questions off of the list.
Let me go find the list again. I know it's
It's
in
what
roll
year
20.
can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What is the greatest danger? Who here is the most vulnerable? How could I best end this quickly? We're not going to use how can I best end this quickly because that would be the mystery.
Mhm.
All right, we'll start in here. What is the biggest threat?
Okay, so the first thing that you notice is that the two figures under the infrared are giving off a tremendous amount of energy, and their forms don't really line up with the way people normally look. You don't
Okay.
recognize the type of thing that they look like, but you've never seen anything quite like it, and they're giving off a tremendous amount of like heat and like life energy.
Okay.
They are the biggest threat.
That was kind of my assumption from the get-go, but we'll continue with my questions before I share with the group.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me be more clear to give you more specific information. They are clearly not humans.
Okay.
But that having been said,
And they're also clearly not they're clearly not 16, 17-year-old kids.
yeah. The other thing
Right.
that you notice is you probably have some sort of meta-human detection system built into your mask or your goggles. They are not metahumans. They're not even coming up as humans, period. You're not recognizing whatever kind of life form they are. But they're not
Okay.
metahumans in the way that you would understand them, and they're not any life form that your computer system recognizes.
Awesome. All right. What here can I use to find where they took Victor?
Okay. So when you study around with your goggles, you notice that there is scuffs, like somebody's dress shoes being dragged top of toe against the floor, like if somebody's legs are slack.
In which direction do they lead?
It leads into one of the doors underneath the balcony. Right. It's not marked in any way, but you know which door Victor's unconscious form traveled through.
All right, so I am going to point at the scuff marks and like, looks like they were dragging his shoes. Looks like they went that way. And I don't think we want to mess with whatever they are.
Who here would we say has probably spent the most amount of time in Victor's lab?
Eris.
Probably Eris.
Outside of Victor, it'd be Eris, yes.
Yeah, like
So
By far.
where I go bitch about everything.
the floor is this incredibly intricate marble, but you actually don't recognize the stone work anywhere, except for that a bunch of purple, black, and silver is inlaid into this huge floor mosaic that creates this huge magic circle symbol that I completely spaced out, that Victor had woven into the back of his black robes, the ones he wore when his black tuxedo, the one he wore when he still worked for his mother.
Did I pick up any power readings from the
Nope.
floor?
Nope.
Okay.
You recognize that symbol, Eris, as the symbol of the Order of Arcane Secrets, the order that that Victor's mother is the head of.
Okay. Well, like I said, she's got God damn it, Emrys. Clymene. All I could think of was your real name. She's got Clymene by the back of the shirt, and she'll have like her arm out to stop Julius and Bankshot from coming in, and she will say that. She will say like, you said it's inlaid. Like, is there any way to break it? Is there any way to like?
No,
Like-
it just looks like a design like somebody would have in their mansion. It's not like a magic circle drawn into the floor, at least not that you can tell. It looks like decoration, but you recognize the symbol. It's also huge.
Well-
It's the whole floor.
Well, here's the thing. Eris is now like shitting her pants in terror because she doesn't want to be back here. Does she recognize it at all? Like, is this where she was held?
No. This isn't that place.
Well,
This is some place you've never been.
well, she's definitely gonna like turn to at least Bankshot and be like, "Hey, remember that person I asked if he was in cahoots with her? This is dangerous. We are in very much danger right now, guys."
So's Victor.
Can I try to transform?
Yeah, you shapeshift.
Cool. It is much less flashy than it usually is. Oh wait, I have to remember. I got to take the rings off first.
Yeah. when you do that, the young blonde man looks at you and then just kind of fends himself, and he's just like, "Whew, aren't you a tall glass of water?" Or he says, or
You should avoid them.
aren't the... And he kind of looks at you sideways for a second, Eris, and he says, "Aren't the two of you just a tall glass of water? Interesting."
You should avoid them.
You're an asshole. I told you. I asked you that in confidence, Dan. I don't know. She has no response. She is staying between them and the others at all times. But she's going to motion the boys to be like, follow the scuff marks or whatever. And now she's like holding on to his rings because she doesn't have anywhere to put them.
Well,
How
now
big? How
that
big?
we-
How big is the field around you that you're projecting constantly? That actually would prevent Discordia from shapeshifting.
Right now, it's only about 6 inches. I'm keeping it just about as close to myself as I can, so that I'm not. I'm pretty much just protecting myself. I don't want to exert myself by having it like be the whole room all the time. Right now, it's as close to, as tight as I can make it to myself.
Do you want to put the rings in my pack?
I really don't want to give them up.
Okay. Just offering, because if we got to fight. Anyway, we're gonna.
Yeah, she'll reluctantly give them to you if you have a pack.
I'm just gonna open it. I don't want to touch them. I don't know what the hell Victor's done to those things.
Bangsha, what are you,
pack
as an
his-
outsider, Bangsha, what are you, how are you reacting to this situation? Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to move forward? Are you trying to engage them? What are you doing?
Like, so. All right. Look, I've told you what I know about Mr. Marvelous. Who is this Hecate? Who's the. What are we in for?
She's bad news bears, man.
We're in for some really deep trouble.
So, do you remember hearing about when the Omnimentals got taken out and 2 of their team got killed?
Before my time, but yeah.
She did that single-handedly. However,
I
don't know that she's here, but this is her group.
Yeah, that is specifically her signature on the floor.
When you say that, the black-haired young woman kind of laughs her very unnerving laugh, and she looks at Clymene and she says, "Oh, we're not part of any group. This house is ours now."
Cool, so you'll let us pass?
Oh, you're welcome to stay as long as you'd like.
Can we get our friend and leave?
I don't think that you'll be able to do that. And you know, we have an arrangement with that other and she starts to say like mortal, and then the blonde guy elbows her in the ribs. Well, we have a deal. He gets
With
your
Mr.
boy.
Marvelous.
He gets your boyfriend, and we get something very valuable to us. Much more valuable than a dumb teenage boy and his friends.
What do you get?
What are you going to offer me for that information? Everything comes at a price.
I'm not going to offer you anything.
Then
I wasn't that interested.
Then I offer you nothing in return.
You're really going to make us make the choice between saving the world and
No,
saving a friend?
No, that's not.
I would totally
You
do that
guys,
to my
you guys
players,
are like
though.
so scared. Like, just
Well-
you have to try to do something.
So
It can only go so bad.
I would just say, well, if you say we're free to move around, I'm sorry we didn't bring a housewarming gift to your place, but we would like to go through that door. Do you mind?
No, please help yourself. Our house is your house. Feel free. If you want to stay, you know, there's some food in the kitchen. Not really to our tastes, but we understand that it is to your tastes.
I tell you what.
Is it fair to assume that your deal with him has completed? He has what he wants, and you have what you want.
we're not really at liberty to say what deals we have or haven't made with our associates.
What if I offer you my last Reese's peanut butter cup that I got at the movie theater? Do you like chocolate and peanut butter?
That reminds me, I have Reese's Pieces downstairs.
The boy laughs and he's just like, well, while that is a kingly offer, I think I'm gonna have to pass.
Yeah, I don't think they're interested in anything of this world. They're bank shot. We should leave them alone and continue our pursuit.
Every fairy tale I've ever read, otherworldly children want candy. Can't blame me for trying.
Yeah, but just so everyone knows, we are to eat nothing while we are here.
Look, my mask doesn't have a mouth hole, so if any of you want...
Eris would very much like to cross this room, but she also doesn't want to get out from between you guys and the biggest threats in the room. So if we could start making moves, that'd be great.
Sure, I'll start walking across the room. After all, our hosts have given us permission to explore whither we will.
Yes, agreed.
The young man is still kind of just looking at you very intently, Eris. And he's just kind of staring at you with this quizzical expression. And then he kind of smiles. That buffoon, he is offering her the wrong gift. And he just kind of keeps eyeing you as you guys walk across the room.
All she has to say is, don't speak so soon, you haven't read the user manual.
Yeah. Neither of you, based on how little of your power you've tapped into.
Mm-hmm. Do they make moves at us?
No.
Okay, cool. Eris is still the last person through the door. What do we see?
There's a hallway, leading, a short hallway, leading into, like a glass, like floor-to-ceiling windowed study. This entire mansion is full of arcane tomes and a bunch of accoutrement like you see in Victor's lab. Except for almost all of the books look like they're somewhat either dry or wet rotted, like they haven't been cared for. Almost like whoever's living in this mansion doesn't really care for the knowledge that's inside of these books. You guys want to investigate this room? There's no people in this room.
Do we see any more of the scuff marks?
Nope. This is a carpeted room.
Gotcha.
Are there any doors leading out of this room?
There's a door leading out onto the grounds, and there's also a bookshelf that's been pulled away from a wall, revealing a door leading down under the structure again.
Are there windows?
Yeah, there's a one whole wall of this room is a floor-to-ceiling window. The door out onto the grounds is actually like a wireframe window door set into like the crisscross pattern ironwork and glass of this type of window. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Do we see anything outside?
No, it's clouded glass, so there's light coming in, but...
Fantastic.
Well, we could open the door, see if it's dirt outside, and if there's dirt outside, we can see if there's more scuff marks.
I'm going to kind of poke around at some of the books while everyone else is looking around.
A lot of them are written in languages that you don't recognize. And a number of them are tomes, old literature, history books. Nothing in here is dated after 1860.
Is there anything that deals with automatons? Not really.
Roll and assess.
I remember nothing from school. Did something exciting happen in 1860?
No,
That we should be able to have off the top of our heads.
I mean, Lincoln was elected,
That's 8, Dan.
but
So-
not in Germany.
So roll our
Bismarck
question.
started uniting the German Empire.
The only date I remember from history is 1066.
So
Yeah, so I'd basically be not actually looking, but keeping an eye out for something that had to do, because Victor and I were talking about some sort of automaton construct thing. So I'd be looking for just kind of, if I see something related to it, I'd probably pick it up and probably want to take it with me, since no one else seems to care about it.
okay. You find a tome that your translator tells you it's written in Latin, but the spine of the book says in the workshop of Hephaestus, and you go through it, and it's a bunch of ancient metallurgy and ancient Greek magic and metallurgical robotics, but simple automatons, like golems, basically made out of enchanted materials.
Could be interesting. All right. So we go to the grounds, or we go through the bookshelf door.
I'd like to do what I said, just open the grounds door and see if it's dirt that might carry more scuff marks or not. Then if it's dirt, we can make an assess, see if there's scuff marks, and if it's either we can't tell or we detect the absence of scuff marks, then we can go to the other one.
So you open the door to outside,
Yeah.
and
I don't step.
it only opens up about an inch before it's stopped.
Does
Light
it open out
more.
or in?
It opens out.
Okay.
And it stops, and when you look, it looks like there's thick vines laying across the frame of the door that's preventing it from opening the whole way.
I'm going to relay that to the team and go, well, I mean, it looks like he may not have come through here if the door won't even open.
Yeah, but
Well, time out.
somebody attacked us with vines once before. This could be artificial.
Yeah. Also, if the light is cut, can we see where they're blocking the light? You said that the door was glass inlaid into the glass window.
No,
Is
the
like-
vines don't appear to be blocking the light coming through the glass.
Oh, that's I don't like that.
That's weird, right, guys?
Yeah, that's a little scary.
I had a thought. I'm going to try and activate Victor's comlink to see if we can get a sense for what's going on around him. I never upgraded him to video, but maybe we can hear something.
He is breathing very heavily and seems to be arguing with the figure that you saw earlier. You can hear that guy's voice coming through the comlink as well. And
Okay.
it's punctuated by Victor yelling for prolonged periods of time, and then sounds of large discharges of energy.
Don't like this.
You Apex kids have all the coolest stuff.
More like the friends of the super genius have all the cool stuff.
Yeah, really. He's our ace in the hole, man.
And
So
so
you
I
guys
got to
are
do
all-
something physical.
So are
You
we
guys
gonna?
are all focused on the door, and then you guys all just kind of jump as the young woman is suddenly behind all of you in the room, even though the door stayed closed.
Oh boy.
Oh, don't go outside, my pets. Some of our companions are much less friendly in their dealing with young ones such as yourself than we are. It's safest if you stay inside. that having been said, I won't stop you. As I said, you are free to go. But you have been warned. Like any good host would warn you of danger.
Could you direct us towards large machinery that might be giving off large, strong discharges of energy?
Machinery? What do you mean, machinery?
Maybe not mechanical, but electric, like electricity or large capacitors or
Dynamo?
Tesla coils, or maybe a
1 second.
ritual room. Don't look at me like that, Bridget.
Kind of like Van de
I'm
Graaff
like-
generators, or
You're
Yeah,
at
Van de Graaff,
Literally.
Jacob's ladders.
Oh my god. Can we not? Can we not? Like, Eris is going to jump in to be like, Daedalus, can we not engage? Can we not?
Oh, you mean, yeah, like that blonde gentleman had at the, what did they call it? What did they call it? The World's Fair.
Yes, exactly like that. Is
Oh,
there
no.
something like that here?
There was some, but, we, dealt with all of those items.
Just go through the other door.
Well,
Okay.
thank you for being such a gracious host with your warnings and keeping us from being unintentionally eviscerated.
Of course, my dear. Is there something I can get you?
No.
The
No.
loca-
Not
The
unless you want to
Absolutely
tell
not.
us where they
No.
took Victor.
I would be happy to tell you where Victor is. Are you asking me to tell you where Victor is?
Eris is emphatically telling you guys no. Like, I am emphatically telling you guys no.
But if she can help us, why not?
Oh,
What
because
do
you
we?
fuck with the fairies.
Well, what do we have to offer? Before she said, if
Nothing.
we offered nothing, she would give nothing. And while we would like to take it, I don't have much to offer, or even really know what she'd be interested in.
Does it hurt to ask?
Nothing. We have nothing to offer her that we want to give up.
What's it going to cost me for this information?
God, is where you the most stubborn motherfucker we know.
Nothing. Just a few moments. A few moments of your time in the grand scheme of things.
Consecutive ones?
A few moments of my time in the grand scheme of things could very easily be my entire life from your perspective.
This is why we don't fuck with fairies.
Bank shot?
yep, I kind of pulled a little peanut butter cup back out of my pouch and say, "Are you sure? Have you ever had one? They're very good."
I have. I do have a soft spot for the sweets, though. Usually, I'm more of a berry person myself.
Yeah,
Oh,
berries are good.
Yeah.
Calamity here makes a mint strawberry cake.
Do not offer him my delicacies.
It's a her. It's the female.
Her. Yeah, I forgot.
Oh no!
It's an it. As far as I'm concerned.
No. Mint, cilantro, all of those things. Yeah, poison. All right, I'm gonna do my LARP crossed fingers here. Does anybody remember like session 2 of this game where Victor made an offhand comment that everyone who doesn't like the taste of cilantro or mint has Fey ancestry. I made that joke one time where we said we were going to get food. Simon probably remembers this.
I don't
I
remember
kind
that.
of, yeah, I think I made a note of that.
Where everyone who doesn't like cilantro and mint they're allergic to it because they have Fey ancestry, minor Fey ancestry.
You do have to have a gene to be able to taste cilantro the right way.
Yep.
It's true. Otherwise, it tastes like soup.
Yep. She says, no. Mint, poison. Never touch this stuff.
This is why we're not making deals ever.
All right. Well, Eris, where are we heading then? Because I'm out of ideas.
If we're gonna go through the other door.
Okay,
Yep,
let's go.
and she's now getting more and more interested in Calamity, and she's starting to like slowly move towards him without actually it really looking like she's moving. You have the most peculiar feel about you, young man. I've never seen a human quite like yours, quite like you. And she reaches up to like touch your face and caress your face, and when her hand gets within, you said you're projecting your field out 6 feet or 6 inches.
Yeah.
The second her hand crosses that plane, it turns into this green, rooted, like Poison Ivy, the villain type, like leaf appendage, like she's made out of green.
You guys remember Goosebumps? It's like the stay out of the basement one where it's got the hand that looks like it's made out of roots around
Can
the
I
door
tell
handle.
you, that book gave me nightmares for 2 weeks.
But that's what we're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of pulls back, and she's just like, "Oh, young man, you can't just undress a lady like that."
Gross.
I got
What is your?
my apologies.
You guys are remarkably calm for like how like calm and predatory these two things are being towards you.
Okay.
I'm not talking about you, Eris. I'm talking about everybody else.
We're just naive.
I'm trying to.
of a dissociative panic attack where you're like on the surface you're just following the robotic script of how to act in society. That's where Eris is at right now.
That's actually what I'm trying to play. It's like I got told these people are incredibly dangerous. They're not even human. They're radiating unknowable power. So let's be polite and not piss them off and freak out afterwards.
For Christ's sake, don't eat anything, Julius.
I haven't eaten anything.
Well, don't make deals either.
I haven't. I was just trying to figure out what it was going to cost.
So
Is the one who came through here?
no deal on the few moments of time, then, Daedalus?
Is the one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Is the one who came through here with the boy? Is he mortal?
Oh, yes, very much so. And a pretty pathetic one at that. And then she kind of chuckles. She's like, I shouldn't speak so ill of one of our friends and someone who we've had pleasant business relationships with. But, no, he's mortal. There isn't much to him. Certainly not as much as your young friend. Or his girlfriend, young lady friend here.
Okay.
Yeah, so that basement door's starting to look a lot better now.
Well, especially if he's immortal, then he would be torn asunder outside as well.
Oh, no. Well,
You guys keep talking. I'm going to run to the bathroom.
I'm actually going to grab some water.
all right.
Unless Daedalus wants to say something, I guess I would apologize for my indiscretion, but it's a protection from the other mortal who came through before.
Well, once he does whatever he's gonna do to your young friend, then he will no longer be under our hospitality.
Right. So I'm going to go have a look at that door from the bookshelf that was pulled out.
Yeah, you can hear the distant echoes of what you're hearing over the comms
Through the door?
through the door.
Okay.
You catch a little bit of dialogue between the two of them.
Okay.
And he's just... Victor is really trying to act tough, but you can hear that there's a lot of cracking in his voice. And he's just like, What, Charlie, you think that if you kill me, that she'll let a hack like you back in?
Okay.
You're out. You've got nothing. No talent. Nothing that would draw my mother's attention back to you. She doesn't even give a shit about me.
Can I just say the GM in me wants to figure out what this deal is actually going to like pay that cost?
Do you want me to tell you?
No, not really. You can tell me later.
Okay.
Because in character, I'm not going to take it. That could be a side discussion.
Yeah, like how in the grand scheme of things, being the operative word.
Yeah, that kind of set my hackles on end.
That's an important qualifier. Yeah, fairies love their subjective measurements, right? A few moments, a bit of time.
Yeah, it's very subjective to their timelines and not mine.
A small amount of blood.
How many
right. Eris and Climate, I hear the same calm noises coming from this door. I think he's down here.
What are we waiting for?
I'm waiting for you.
You know, if you're so interested in capturing Mr. Minuscule Marvelous, that's his name, Mr. Marvelous, just wait until he's dealt with your friend, and then he won't have our protection anymore.
That's part of our concern.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't really give a shit about Mr. Marvelous.
Oh.
How much of a shit do you give about Mr. Marvelous?
Well, he's given us something, and we've made a deal with him, so we won't be backing down on that. Besides, as much as we love Victor, he's not that important in the grand scheme of things either.
To you.
It's a real shame. He's such a sweet boy. So much potential if he had just listened.
Okay, here's my question.
Well, we're going to go now, Eris.
Okay.
We're going to go now.
Yeah. Eris is going to hold the door for you guys to go through, if you would be so kind.
Oh my god. I just realized. I'll tell you after she's out of earshot. You just see this look come over me as it comes over in real character. But yeah, I'm going to scuttle through the door without saying anything.
Okay, you guys go.
Have fun!
Okay.
If you would be so kind.
We're going. You're coming too, right?
I'll be there. I'm coming.
You guys missed some conversation on the comms. Victor is basically, between being, tortured by some unknown apparatus, is yelling at Charlie, Mr. Marvelous, that's his first name, saying that no matter what you do to me, she's not going to let you back in. She doesn't even give a shit about me.
I'm going to ask Eris through the comms if she still has those junior mints. Because the Fae seem to hate mint.
I did say that, didn't I? That I got junior mints, motherfucker.
I don't know how to use them, but maybe we can do something with them if we need to.
Can we retcon that Julius put them in his bag with everything else?
Sure.
Cool. So you guys have my junior mints. I want to talk to Demon Lady.
Oh, God.
I want to talk to Miss D. I'm going to address her as Miss D.
While you do that, I'm going to go use the restroom.
Oh, you don't
How do I
have
want to?
you. Oh, my dear. Wow, we certainly could become close enough for you to address me as D. Only my brother addresses me such. You may call me Deirdre.
Miss Deirdre, I apologize. I don't want to get in the way of your deal, but if he can still complete your side of the deal,
That's not how it works, young lady. We've
well,
made
Tim, can you hear me out, please?
Sure. Let's make a deal.
I don't want to make a deal. I want to ask a question.
Sure.
If I want to ask a question about deals in general, if we interfere to the point where he doesn't get his end of the deal, that doesn't count as you breaking the deal, correct?
No, it certainly doesn't.
Okay. Has he completed his end of the deal yet for you?
If you'd like the answer to that question, I have a question for you.
I guess fair is fair.
What would
You
you
hear
do?
over comms what happened to not making deals with fairies.
What would you give to save Victor?
I'm not volunteering it.
I just want to know.
I mean, the answer is pretty
How
simple.
important is he to you?
Everything.
Everything. My. Well, at least he has someone in his life who feels that way. Good luck. Be seeing you soon.
All right, that's an exit line, so she's gonna like take off down the stairs. But I want to remind you, the GM, that I established that if the deal gets broken, their end of the deal is not broken, so they still get their shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And well, she asked. So if they come to bat for him, this fucked up.
All right, so what do we see when we go through this door?
So it's very interesting because inside of this room, Bangshot. So one of the other things that you notice going through this space is as you start moving down, you start to see more of like the glamour type stuff that's associated with Mr. Marvelous's magic. More of the purple energy and like starlight that's usually associated with his illusions. And it looks almost like this hallway and wherever it's leading is like flickering and the illusion is changing and rippling as you're walking through it. You're the only one who has enough experience with this to notice that.
Okay. I'm going to say, yeah, you have to be careful with this guy because he can make you see things, he can make you do things.
Gosh, we've never had to deal with seeing things before.
So when you guys get down this really impossibly long stairwell, it seems like Victor's strapped into seems to be what some sort of horror movie experiment table, but the whole room, including the table, is just like shifting between looking like modern and sleek, like would be in a modern science fiction horror movie. It flickers and stabilizes a little bit, looking kind of like the gurney that Frankenstein would have been on in the old like 30s Frankenstein movie.
And does it have the Tesla coil on either side?
Yeah, but all of that is constantly in flux.
With?
And then it also flickers to becoming an electric chair. Like, the room is constantly shifting between, like, different, like, horror movie lab setups. And you understand why when you walk into the room. Despite being strapped down to the table, Victor's entire body is covered in that dark red and black energy that he gets covered in when he casts magic, with the, like, eyes and other things, like, rolling over him. And there's magic arcing back and forth between him and Mr. Marvelous, though Mr. Marvelous seems to be pretty strongly in control of the situation. But it looks like Mr. Marvelous is exerting a lot of effort to hold Victor down.
Bank shot absorbs kinetic energy, right?
Oh, there's also, like, lightning arcing all over the room, because, Mr. Marvelous is, like, throwing, like, a big Frankenstein switch, which also turns into, like, a big red button on the wall, and when he hits it, a ton of magical energy seems to be coming out of a coil leading somewhere up in the house, and just arcing, like, bright white magical energy into Victor, scorching him, and presumably hurting him very badly based on the noises that he's making.
Yeah, I can take a punch. What was your name?
Clyde.
Clyde? Yeah.
Could you be a human? How would being a human cannonball work? Could we just, like, kick you repeatedly and then have you just, like a pinball at him?
Does gravity count as kinetic energy? I believe it does, yes. How much can you store?
I have a before we try. Well, no. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Let Simon have his moment in the sun.
Well, I jumped off a 10-story building.
Here's the thing.
And then I bounced back up onto a 5-story building.
Okay, well, I could punch either of them and turn them into pink mist. If I punch you and then you try to go at that dude, will you, like, absorb that energy?
Yeah.
Alright, and we're back. We had a little blip, but now we're good. I think I may have fixed the encoder problem by it had turned off hardware acceleration on OBS. Never mind why it would do that. But here we are. Alright.
Give me a swift kick on 3, and I'll be ready.
Alright, so from Eris, I'm going to need an Unleash Your Powers, and then from that we will go into Bank Shot directly engaging a threat, with potentially with a bonus.
Okay. I don't get any bonuses from the question that Aaron asked earlier.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kick him as hard as you possibly can.
Love you, mean it. Sorry.
Alright, so now, Bank Shot, roll directly engage a threat. I'm assuming you're going to try to angle yourself towards Mr. Marvelous. And roll directly engage a threat with a +1 bonus.
Do me a favor, Simon. Roll high.
It's a hit.
Close
9.
enough. That's
All right.
something.
So you can pick one. Resist or avoid blows, take something from them, create an opportunity, or impress, surprise, or threaten the opposition.
It's like, what are the options?
So you can resist. You cannot take any damage yourself. You can take something from the person. You can create an opportunity for your allies, or you can surprise or frighten the opposition.
I'm going to create an opportunity.
Okay, what is the opportunity that you'd like to style of opportunity that you'd like to create as you go hurtling around the room, your body bending like you're a baseball that's been hit super hard? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Going bong, bong, back. And I want to create... I want to drive Mr. Marvelous back or interpose myself between Mr. Marvelous and the guy on the table.
Oh my, that is brave, friend.
Okay, you bounce off of him. He has like a magic shield woven into his clothes so you don't just like shatter his bones. But you smash him like face first into the switch that he's hanging onto, and he gets pulled down onto the floor from the force, and then you bounce in between him, and he's now on the ground away from the switch, and the illusion in this room just completely trickles away to nothing, and Victor is just lying on like a simple old-time like autopsy bench with like almost dry rotted through like leather straps, and this room looks like it had previously been like some sort of like autopsy or anatomical experiments room, and everything's completely covered in rust and dust, and a bunch of those big vines that you guys saw upstairs are coming down through the roof of this, and the floor in here is actually like overrun with a fair bit of soil. It looks like it had been tile at one time.
Okay, so he's on the ground for like the rest of us have a move, right?
Yep.
For the ground that he's down.
Yeah, also the coil that was coming down from the ceiling that he was arcing the energy from looks like it's actually like a spindle made out of some rare metal that's just covered in magical glyphs that are like brightly lit up.
Is Victor responsive?
Yeah, he's there. He's looking pretty fucked up. Like he's got like a bunch of like scorch marks all over him, and his clothes are all messed up, and his hair is like partially singed.
Man, he's gonna be pissed off about his clothes.
He's gonna be pissed off about his hair.
The other thing that you notice about him is he has like what I would call Dick Grayson like swoop over hair.
Yeah.
And there's now like 2 big streaks of silver across the top.
Okay, rogue. I guess.
Are we grabbing him and getting out of here, or do we want to try and deal with what's his face a little bit?
No, we need to leave him alive.
Okay.
And Eris is going to shout that, like, we need to leave Mr. Marvis alive so he can fulfill his part of the deal.
He's gonna, Mr. Marvelous is gonna clamber up and dust off his magician's suit, and he kind of just like puts his hands onto the cummerbund on his tuxedo, and he just starts yelling at Bankshot, and he says, "You stupid fucking child. Do you want me to go away? You want me to stop terrorizing your city? If you just left me the fuck alone, then I'd be gone out of your life forever." And then he brings up his hands to bear and just shoots 2 strong beams of magical energy at Bankshot. Take a powerful blow.
I'm going to interject and defend and catch them on the field that makes them dissipate.
Okay, so try to roll a defend check.
Yup. So that would be Savior. With no situational bonus or penalty. Because I'm not doing anything to Mr. Marvelous to take advantage of him being knocked around.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Well, I guess
You're going to mark potential.
I'm going to mark potential.
Oh, yeah, also,
Ooh, I'm going to level up.
Eris, you marked potential earlier. You had a failed roll.
Oh, fuck, I leveled up.
So did I just now, actually.
And, yep. I think that's the only other ones that weren't on Bankshot. Yeah, you throw out your null field, and the magical energy just rips through it and continues on to bank shot. This powerful, like, two spears of, like, purple-black energy arcing towards him. Take a powerful blow, bank shot.
That's just a flat 2d6, right?
It's 2d6 plus 1 for every condition that you have, and you want to roll low.
Right.
And
So I have one.
There's actually a
from-
button for it. If you look at your sheet, where it says conditions, there's the little die roll for take a powerful blow.
Yeah.
Because then it'll automatically factor in your current conditions.
Neat.
That's not what you wanted to roll.
That is not what I wanted to roll.
He rolled a 10.
Yeah,
Ouch.
you must remove yourself from the situation, flee or pass out. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way. Or you choose two options from the 7 to 9 list. You lash out verbally, you give ground, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions. So you either do 2 of those last 3 I described or one of the top 3.
Fuck.
And if you're on the roll 20, you can literally see all of the moves, because that's what I made the background of the roll 20.
Yeah. Let me, if we just scroll over there. And I will. I will. Okay, I'm gonna basically lose control of myself or my powers, and I'm basically going to go like flubbery limp. Like my arms and legs will kind of droop out, like overstretched elastic.
You're going to go drunk plastic man on us.
Yeah, basically. And I'm going to say, I saw through you.
All right. What are the rest of you doing? Daedalus, use some of your tech. You have yet to use any of your tech in a fight.
Well, outside of the planned combats, it's not like I'm inventing like deadly weapons.
Why not?
So you pick up like the huge gun, like in Marvel vs. Capcom, where Iron Man takes out the big beam gun.
Right.
I don't know. Eris is well. If he fell down, I don't know if I should try and take out that coil or try and like rip the rotted leather. Like, do I have time to holler river to him? Can you get out, or is he like weakened from being hurt?
Well, one of the little gadgets that I've been carrying around is that grav device. You can go slap it on what's his face, and we're just press him into the ground for
No, we need
minute
him
while we-
alive.
uh,
It is you. We have canonical evidence that no one could withstand it but me. You said that.
that's probably the case, yes.
Oh.
You need to go all Dr. Horrible and get us freeze ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably do.
Yeah. The other thing that Mr. Marvelous is going to say, and he's going to say, do your school friends here risking their lives know just how much of a piece of shit you and your family really are? Do they know what you really are, Victor?
Oh man.
And he's going to say, what I really... This is the same line that you heard him use on why can I never remember the shadow guy's name that we had all the interaction? Kuthka. He's the same tact. He's gonna say what I really am. He's like, you took my rings away, and you could still barely hold me down here. You've got nothing without that item my mother gave you. They say the clothes make a man, but for you it's really true. You've got nothing without help. You had to bring in two of the first folk to bring me in. You still couldn't do it by yourself. You think that she's going to let you back in? She's done with you. She got what she needed from you. You of all people know that my mom has no interest in you once you've served your purpose.
Julius, Eris is going to take the rings back. Thank you.
Well, I kind of assumed that as soon as he started saying that, and while you go to Victor, Julius, I guess, is going to run after this guy. I think I have an idea.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
All right.
You first. I have nothing interesting. All I'm going to do is rip the leather and put the rings back on his finger. Like,
I would pretty much just go up and tackle the guy with the field, or expand the field to cover him and go, now you've got nothing, as to, like, punch him in the face.
Okay, so you go to tackle him, and you do so.
So I'm going to guess that would be directly engage a threat to try to force my field to negate his combat abilities.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay, so since I'm actually going after him, can I take a +1 from the opportunity created by bank shot knocking him around? Or
Sure.
no?
Yeah. That's fair.
Situational bonus penalty 1. What did I roll? Did I roll another 4? I rolled another 4, exactly the same. So apparently,
Oh God.
I am just failing. Okay, Daedalus, can we switch dice rolls now, please?
So you lunge forward and you go to punch him and like tackle him and like start wailing on him, and you just pass completely through him, and you fall into a metal footlocker that wasn't there a second ago, which snaps shut behind you. And try as you might, you can't get out of it. The rest of you see him just writhing on the ground as if he's constrained in a very tiny space, and you're now in total darkness in like a footlocker from your perspective.
I'm gonna shout. He told me the exact same thing Kuthka is, and what you see may not be his body, because Kuthka did that exact same thing to me, and one of these days I'm gonna learn.
Yeah, how many times are you gonna fall for that from the second Avengers movie?
Julius, what was your idea? You said you had an idea.
I had one. Don't know if it's
good.
good.
Remember what it is, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was something along the lines of the energy whips. What's his face is using in the second Iron Man movie, but just to see if I can shock him to submission. That's the best I got right now. I'm tired. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to dig in my little bag of gadgets and produce a minor invention that's effectively a taser.
Okay.
I'm going to try and tase him.
All right. Roll to directly engage a threat.
Oh, this is so bad. Oh, so bad.
Oh,
So bad.
wow.
Oh dear! I like how it even says "oh dear."
Yeah.
That's
So he rolled the lowest possible outcome because there was a negative in play. So anyway, you shoot the taser and it does actually stick into his body, and he just kind of looks at it and he just goes, "My turn," and he grabs the wires sticking out of it and sends a jolt of purple energy rippling back through you, and it just throws you back against the wall.
Okay.
Do me a favor, mark a condition.
I am.
What, Simon?
Okay.
I was going to say. Can I attempt, though I am like on the ground and unable to move? Can I attempt to pierce the mask on Mr. Marvelous?
Sure. Real quick, Aaron, what condition are you taking?
I think I'm going to take.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Yeah, it's always hard to pick.
I have.
But
I'm sure I've been shocked
but-
before.
But I need.
I'm gonna
but
go
I need
with,
you to.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go with insecure. I think.
Yeah, that seems right.
Daedalus, I have an idea
Hang on.
for something.
Hang on. Let
Okay.
Simon finish. Pierce the mask, Simon.
I guess I get a potential for that, which means I level up at the end of all this.
Simon's hogging all the good rolls.
But sometimes they're bad. Like,
I know, but you're taking all the big numbers.
I see what you are now. I was scared of you. But I see what you are.
Water.
Sort of what, and I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask. How could I get your character to accept defeat?
It's a tall
I'm
order.
interpreting it as I'm not actually asking this person this question.
He's
But
gonna say
sort of-
what I really are. What I really am.
See what you are. I see what you are, and what you are is defeated. You're trapped here with us. What will it take for you to accept that you're beaten?
He's gonna laugh. He's gonna say, "Beaten. I was the greatest stage magician who's ever lived.
Yeah,
I-
stage.
I have powers over the arcane and the dark arts." And when he actually says the word dark arts, like Victor audibly, visibly cringes, and he's gonna say, "The lot of you can't defeat me. Not while I have the power of dreams on my side." And when he says that, see, I can reveal the information in a sideways way, Simon. When he says the power of dreams, his hand goes to the cummerbund, the shifting cummerbund that he's wearing, and when he touches it, purple energy just starts pouring into his hand from the cummerbund.
Okay.
So yeah, in that I'm giving it that the pierce the mask move, you've made him unhinged enough that he's now not keeping up his illusions, and you're able to see what the source of his power is.
Okay. I'm still immobilized, so I'm going to say
Has it been enough time for me to have ripped the cuffs and gotten Victor his rings back?
Do me a favor. Yeah, no, you can just rip. You're shapeshifted, right?
Yeah, I shifted already.
Yeah, you can just rip him out of there.
Okay, cool beans. Can I use a move to go after the guy?
Yeah, directly engage a threat.
Well, no, like I have I have a move called Physics What Physics, where I can use my danger instead of my freak to unleash my powers, and I like really want to hit this guy really hard, but I also want to kind of like rip his cummerbund to shreds.
Okay, so explain to me how you're doing Physics What Physics to make that happen. You can. You just have to explain to me how that...
Well, his powers are the insurmountable barrier, right? If I can see the purple energy going up his arm or whatever, that's the insurmountable barrier I want to be able to like toss myself through to like get it and rip it off of him.
Okay.
In this window created by Bankshot, who has had him reveal himself to us.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Cool. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna hope. Fingers crossed.
Okay. So
that was releasing my powers, though.
Yep, so you have to mark a condition.
7 and 9. I mean, unless you want to tell me how it's unstable or... Well, no, it can't be unstable or tough.
Yeah, you're doing something physical with a specific goal in mind. There's no way I can make it temporary.
This is 3 conditions for me, so maybe I should...
Oh, ouch.
Maybe I should slow the fuck down.
Listen, you let a guest DM in, gloves come off, because I don't give a shit if you guys... No, I'm kidding. Alright.
I am going to mark afraid, because as much as I said I would give everything to Fear Victor, I said I would give everything to free Victor. I don't really want to.
Alright. So then you're going to jump forward with your spear.
Oh, no, hands. Hands. Like, I want to grab it and pull it off of him.
Now, see, you're doing like the Physics What Physics thing. So I have kind of a more interesting idea to actually leverage that power. You have a sword and a shield, right?
I have a spear and a shield.
A spear and a shield. I'm gonna say that you basically Captain America whip your shield around on like the higher level that he's on, and you bounce it around until it actually hits something and stops moving, because it just passes right through the version of him that you can see. And when you do that, you whip your spear right at that point, and you just hit him with the spear and pin him to the wall.
I wanted him alive.
He's alive.
Okay, cool. And Victor's off of the table, right? Like, he ripped free?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My goals are accomplished, everybody. Tag, y'all are it.
Well, what are we going to do with this guy? I mean...
Well, being completely fair, this isn't really our collar, is it?
He's dangerous.
Victor is gonna kind of rise up, put his rings on. He's just kind of like covered in dark energy. Charlie, what did you do? What did you give them? And he just kind of coughs up a little bit of blood, and he's just kind of like against the wall. The cummerbund, you got him in the stomach, and like the cummerbund is just like ripped through, breaking the enchantment on the item.
That's what I wanted.
He's gonna say, you know, the only thing that I can give them. And he's like, and Victor just basically kind of like chuckles and like slaps him on the face. He's like, well, enjoy, you fucking moron. Alright, let's leave him here. And he just turns to leave. He's like, well, let's get out of here.
Lead the way. You gotta make the portal home.
Can someone help me?
Yeah, and get a bucket for our new friend.
Well, fun story. You kind of got into your situation by losing control of your powers. So if I just kind of expand my field now that we're out of combat to both reveal the box I'm in for some lockpicking help, and it'll nullify your overdone twanginess and let you stand back up, supposedly.
Yeah, so if you turn on your full null field, nobody's gonna have their powers. So then, ostensibly, Bangshot would turn back into his normal self, right?
Ostensibly, so but
Well, no,
I have
that wasn't a question for you because you don't have
Oh.
control over other people's characters. I was asking Simon.
Well,
I think,
Wouldn't-
I think it might hurt snapping back like a rubber band into normal human shape.
Oh, that's gross. I love it.
But I think I can do that.
You can hang with that.
would Nullzone still think he's in a box now that the cummerbund's been
No,
destroyed?
all that's gone.
Oh,
know.
I thought I actually was in a box that just nobody else could see.
No,
No.
it's an illusion.
There's
He's an illusionist.
It was
Only
a
you could
box
see the
for your
box. We could
mind.
see you.
Yeah, and the other big thing that happens is those two figures from upstairs just like appear in the room when everything calms down, and they're just kind of standing there watching Charlie slowly bleed out, pinned to the wall. Did you take your spear out of him?
It's not the chance, Lance. I can't recall it.
Okay.
I just figure I get a new one every time I transform.
they're just kind of watching him there.
Okay, Eris is still going to get between
Co-
them and
co-
literally everyone else in the party.
Calmly, the young man reaches out and scoops with his two fingertips a little bit of the blood that's on Charlie's face and just licks it.
Oh, Dan, you're gross.
I said it was gonna be a horror movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Victor, anytime you want to, like...
Thank
Weird
you
thing.
for, and she just the woman Deidre looks at you, Discordia, and just says, "Thank you for hastening his side of the deal along, just like we hoped."
Consider us even.
Oh, don't worry. I'd say we owe you one. And she just kind of smiles at you.
Yeah, Eris is still, like, between them and, like, she, like,
Yeah.
if Victor had been in front
Oh.
of her, she literally would have, like, grabbed him back. Oh, that was... Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Victor's going to say, we need to get out of here. You need to give me my powers back so I can create a portal. And we can leave him and with his new friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't gonna just encompass the whole room because I'm pretty sure that would unmask our hosts, and I don't want that. I was gonna extend it pretty much just about a person length by myself. I was gonna announce I was doing it and then walk over to Bankshot so that I'm not nulling everybody, just like a person's length around me.
Yeah, there's like an
As
audible.
the field hits his feet, it's like snap, 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 snap.
Yeah, no, I say
My only regret.
There is an audible like twang, pop, 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 pop.
Ew.
My only
And
regret
I, like,
Joints.
Is that I had bonitis. Yes.
is that I had bonitis.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So the other big thing is Victor's gonna stop and go back to where Charlie's now like lying on the floor. He's gonna say, "And what did you give them? What else did you give them?" And he's gonna say, "Well, how do you think I got their attention?" And he's gonna just kind of chuckle and walk away. He's gonna say, "You are a lot dumber than I thought. Better than her, I guess. Good luck, Charlie."
Oh, boy.
Wouldn't have been good luck, Chuck.
I guess. But anyway, so he's going to lead you back up through the house like he's been here before and up onto the stairwell up to the second floor and into a completely overgrown, huge vines coming through the walls and through the window bedroom that has a huge oval dressing mirror and start creating a portal to send you guys back to the dormitory bathroom mirror.
You guys first.
Hang on 1 second.
I know.
That better not be my child out of bed.
Oh. I know that feel.
Yep. I actually have no kids at my house right now.
Me either. Isn't it the best?
It's fantastic.
But anyway, yeah, I guess we'll wrap there. You guys get back. We can go over more details of what a lot of the symbolisms and things you guys are in session or over the Discord. By the way, that deal, Aaron, would have been for 10 years of your life, and you would have like immediately aged, but not actually aged. Like you would have just gotten like really tired, and like your body would have gotten weaker.
So it wouldn't have been like McConaughey and Dazed and Confused. Like, I love hanging out in high school.
Yeah, basically. I knew you wouldn't be dumb enough to take that deal, so I knew I wouldn't actually be like dramatically altering the scope of the campaign.
See,
Said the
great thing
DM in
about-
me really, really wanted to.
The great thing about sitting in on a one shot is that I can sort of like throw my character against the wall and
Not care if you die.
just let like dramatic and gross body horror things happen.
All right, everybody, thank you very much for watching. We're going to sign off for now, and
Good night.
we will see you next time.
So long.
See ya.